Alright, so, this came out of nowhere. So, about yesterday, and I forgot to talk about it yesterday, but apparently, there has been some news regarding Ridley Scott, who's also, his new film, The Martian, is about, a week or 2 weeks away from being released, and it's been getting some good feedback. So in an interview, he was talking about, Prometheus 2. Well, we now know Prometheus 2's official title and its release date, which I was like, wow, really? So, first off, Prometheus 2 is not going to be called Prometheus 2. Prometheus 2 is going to be called Alien Paradise Lost. And, we also have that the release date will be March 4th, 2016. So we are literally, months away from that? We're about, 9 months away from that film being released? Yeah, and also we are getting Noomi, I forget her last name, the actress from the first film, and as well as Michael Fassbender, reprising their roles for this film. Now, Prometheus, Prometheus is not one of my favorite films. I know I said, when a while ago, I did one of my top 10 favorite films of 2012, and Prometheus was, in the top 10, but the more I look at it, the more I'm like, God, why were you in the top 10? Because that film, the more you look at it, the more flaws you find with this film. And, Ridley Scott, in the past few years, has become a very hit-and-miss director. Now, granted, yes, he's done great things with, of course, Alien, Blade Runner, Gladiator, Black Hawk Down, so many, great films. But he's also made some films that just make you go, why'd you do that? Prometheus, I feel like, is one of those films. Because, seriously, did you really have to have the scientist touch the penis-vagina snake? That's just the most blaring. But really, why you gotta touch it? It's just like in Lost World with Malcolm just talking about his girlfriend touching the Stegosaurus. Why does she have to touch it? I just can't help but think of that scene whenever I'm watching the penis-vagina, the dick-gina snake. There we go, the dick-gina snake scene of it being touched, and I'm like, that's not beautiful. That's terrifying. Why would you want it? Why does he have to touch? Anyway, I'm getting off topic. I'm sorry. I'm getting off topic. Anyway, so with this film, I'm hoping for a lot more, because again, I'm willing to forgive Prometheus if the sequel's a lot better. And again, it's Ridley Scott back in the universe he created, but after Prometheus, I'm kind of leery about it, but I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt, because now it looks like we're actually going to get the Alien franchise back in here, rather than, that after-credits scene that was just like, really? You kind of threw everything back in the face of the Dark Horse comics, didn't you? But to be fair, it's his creation, so I guess he has entitlement to whatever the hell he wants, and also, to be fair, what's been going on in Dark Horse's Alien vs. Predator universe is, they've been managed to take that the Prometheus title and manage to, still work with it. They're still managing to work with it. So, I will give, I'm willing to give him credit for that. But, anyway. So with this being said, let's talk about Alien Paradise Lost. First off, interesting that you're going to go with this title rather than Prometheus Paradise Lost, but I guess finally, you're going to give in and we're going to finally see the xenomorphs as they're, meant to be. It's also kind of, it's kind of under speculation that maybe they're going to the xenomorph homeworld rather than LV-426. And I think that's really cool that if this is it, where we're going to see, the engineers and how the where the xenomorphs truly came from, I think that's a really cool angle to really play with. And, yeah, maybe it'll explain some of the answers that were kind of lingering in Prometheus, and I'm pretty sure, what happened in Prometheus, that there was a xenomorph outbreak and, shit hit the fan. I'm pretty sure we all got that. But yeah, I'm really curious to see where this is going to go, and if we're going to get more casting in this film. Because, like I said, Noomi and Michael Fassbender are reprising their roles, and really, Michael Fassbender is just going to be a disembodied head at this point, unless they find a new way to get a new body, then that would be cool. But anyway, so what was I gonna say? Yeah, so like I said, this also will lead. This film is going to be, is going to be followed suit by Neil Blomkamp's Alien film, which has also been announced. I'm just surprised we are getting, aliens this soon. I'm surprised we're getting that this soon in the film. Now, what we don't know is, and this is something I've actually kind of wondered, and maybe I'm just forgetting something from Prometheus. That's probably what it is that I'm forgetting something. But the dates between Prometheus and the original Alien film, I can't remember, honest to God, if they did say like there's a proper date between the two films. But could it be that the events of Prometheus take place before the whole thing of Alien, and really, what happens in here will lead up to, what happens on LV-426? I don't know. Maybe I just missed the proper dates, but I honestly can't remember. Because it seems like they don't, they haven't run into the engineer ships before. So, yeah. And I know I'm not supposed to count a video game in continuity, but yeah, you do see that they ran into the engineer ship in Alien Isolation. But anyway, I'm confusing myself and probably you guys. So, anyway, so with this film, I'm really looking forward to it, but I'm curious to know, like, what kind of are we going to get more answers as to why the engineers wanted to destroy Earth? What did they, like Numi's character said, what did we do wrong? I'm really curious to know what happened, where did we go wrong? I can tell you about 400 things that, what mankind did wrong to kind of make the engineers go, oh, hit the reboot button. But I digress. So I think it's going to be cool that that looks like, we're going to get the Xenomorphs back, and for all we know, maybe the engineers won't be in this film at all. Maybe the Xenomorphs possibly killed all of the engineers. Maybe there's like maybe they created the Xenomorphs as like a guard dog or something, and the Xenomorphs went, no, and slaughtered all the engineers. I don't know, I'm just kind of pissing in the wind with all these theories, really. So there's not much else I can say other than I'm just really I'm both, apprehensive and kind of excited that we're getting, Alien back on the big screen, and it's the guy who made it, even though, like I said, I have some problems with Prometheus, I can't help but think, oh my god, we're finally going to see Ridley Scott back with Alien. I'm not, obviously with Prometheus, whatever, I'm getting tongue-tied here. So, yeah, and again, I'm really surprised that this is coming out so soon. This is coming out, March 4th, the same month as Batman v Superman. But then again, that's March 4th, so, and then I think Batman v Superman's coming out March 23rd, so hopefully you can make some money off of this, Ridley. Hopefully this won't be a total waste. But yeah, and the other thing is that I don't know if this film is going to... Because I have heard like back and forth things, and maybe someone can clarify, that because of this film, Neil Blomkamp's film is being pushed back or being moved forward. I don't know. Anyway, so you guys tell me, what do you guys think of Aliens Paradise Lost? Are you guys excited? Are you guys not? And what do you think's going to happen? What do you want to see in this film? Anyway, once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I'm sorry for sounding like a ranting idiot. Anyway, tongue-tied. Sorry. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed this, and I'm out.